Good morning. Happy Wednesday. I call it Women Supporting Women Wednesday. Of course, that's because we have our famous MomLink networking room connect and collaborate on Clubhouse today at 1 p.m. EST. But today I am jumping on this live with one of the leaders of our community, TC O'Care. And she is what I like to say, our automation queen. She provides business solutions, helping you figure out what automations you need in your business to make life a little bit easier and take a little bit of load off your plate. So I would love to welcome you, TC, to this conversation. We're about to jump into a conversation about how AI automation can help out with your email conversions in your business. So TC, I know you have an upcoming workshop happening on Thursday, March 30th at 7 p.m. And I know you're here to talk a little bit about that, but let's jump into what made you think about putting this workshop together. Why are you specifically focusing on automation and how it can help with email conversions?
Okay, so I think for me it's simple, right? We are heading into the second quarter, and with this quarter comes launches. So many people building their funnels. Even if you're not starting your business, you're thinking about starting your business the right way. You want to be able to not only just start your business, but figure out ways you can start making money, right? You can start generating those quality leads because it's going to be a very big problem. Yeah, that's true. It's going to be a very big problem when you start on the wrong foot, right? You want to build structures, but you want to be the right structures. You want to put in strategies, but you want to put in the right strategies, right? And so I'm like, what best way to do it than to show you how to do this step by step. I had a question, I think earlier last week, and somebody was like, oh, TC, like, why show us when you can as well get paid to do it? So I said something. I said, even if you're going to pay me to do this, it's important for me that you understand what exactly I am doing for you, right? That way I'm able to give you much more, than even what you expect, because then you're able to say, oh no, TC, this is my exact goal, right? Because if you can see clearly what your vision is, right, then it's easier for you to communicate how you want to go, right? So this workshop basically is just going to say, hey, these and these and these and these and these and these are what you need to put in place. This is how it's going to look once it's put in place. And if you want to do it yourself, here is an instructional manual that is going to help you get it done yourself. Now, if you say that, TC, no, this is a whole lot, I'm not going to do it myself, now that's your business, right? But you have all that you need to do it yourself.
TC, I love that you always go there. And I know that that is part of your mission in your business is not just providing the service, but also teaching the understanding of why people need this in their business, why it's important to have automation and processes and systems set up in your business to make things flow easier, to take that load off your plate. Yeah. But I know you're always pushing. It's important for people to understand the concept and understand how to set it up, how to use it. And of course, if you don't have time or don't have the patience to do it yourself, then of course hire out. But it's always important as a business owner that you know what you're asking for. So then when you're provided with the service or you're delivered with the, you get those deliverables, if you got what you paid for, right? And then it makes you a happy client. So it's always important for you to understand. So I love that you're putting this workshop on. And I know that right now, AI automation with emails has become even easier, right? Because we have a new tool, friend, on our hands, right? We've got Chat GTP. So TC, I need to ask you, how are you using this extra tool to help with the automation and the conversion of your emails?
So I need to say this. Aside from the fact that some people see me as a tech junkie, the truth is there are so many amazing AI tools, right? And as I speak to you, there is another one that's blowing up my head right now. So the Microsoft Copilot, right? which this is not, so this disclaimer, I'm not saying go use it, right? But I'm saying right now that that's what is
Okay,
blowing up my mind,
pause,
right? Why?
right there.
Because
Explain to us, what is Microsoft Copilot? I'm behind the game. I have no idea. I'm consumed with Chat GTP. So tell us, what's Microsoft Copilot?
oh yeah, okay, so it's the same as GTP. However, it's a combination of the best of GTP and the best of OpenAI, right? So it's basically, when I was going through it, I just realized that, they just took the best of every and then put it together to call it, their own thing, right? Just bring it out. So my point is, there are so many tools out there and there's still going to be more. However, what we need to understand is that AI, artificial intelligence, has come to stay. Now, this is not to get us overwhelmed. This is not to say, oh my gosh, like this is overwhelming, it's confusing. It's going to be confusing for you if you're like everywhere. So I would say, if you are raving about ChatGPT, stay with it, right? If your goal is to just create your social media content, there is AI with your Canva, there is AI on Notion, there is AI on Copy AI. There's so many of them, right? So use what is simple for you, because some people are like, Copy AI, right? It is simple for me, so I can just create my blog post, I can do this. But some people are like, I think ChatGPT, GTP is like the thing for me, and you want to use what works for you. Know something, right? That all of these tools are meant to skyrocket your productivity and your efficiency. It is not to make you lazy, right? Because if you if you bring your work to me, I can tell you from the door that this was done by this particular app. Don't tell me how. I'm just going to tell you that that was what was happening. Okay. So you want to be very careful, especially if you're doing so much of writing, because you want to know that this. Okay, so AI, as much as you think you need AI also needs you, because you need to give it what
You
it
need to
needs
give
to
it the
work for
information.
you, right? So yeah, so and I think for me, why we're having this conversation is because everywhere I go, everybody's like, AI for social media content, AI for social media, and I'm like, hold on, right? You can also use AI for your email conversion, for your lead generation, for your entire marketing campaign, right? Because like I said, the goal is not to just create, right? It's to help you coordinate, help you manage, it's to help you automate, right? So they're like four.
So I want to,
Go
okay,
on,
so
go
two
on.
things before we move on, because you said two important things. One thing you told our viewers, if you are comfortable with Chat GTP, don't jump ship and go to the next best thing. And I think this is really important, even in picking out like your software, your programming that you're using to automate your business, right? So there's Kajabi, there's like, I don't know all of them, but Kajabi, ConvertKit, help me out here, Groove Funnels, there's so many, right? And I experienced this myself as
Mhm.
an entrepreneur. I actually tested each one out and played around and tried to see what was most user friendly for me. So I encourage you, if you're listening in and trying to figure out, should you use Kajabi, should you use Go Live Now, spend enough time with one trying to learn the system yourself. And I did that.
So Crystal, sorry for cutting you short. So it is go high level, not go
Oh
live
yes,
now.
not Go Live. Did I say Go Live now? Go high level. Oh my goodness. Either way, I tested a lot of them out and I really got comfortable and familiar to find out what works for me. What do I experience as user-friendly technology for my business? And I came to the conclusion I loved Kajabi, it was great, but at the end of the day, I love Kingdom Sparkle Agency. And that's the platform, that's the software that MomLink is using, and I'm obsessed with it. So I love what you said. Don't jump ship. Like, get to know the program, play around with it. I think people get afraid too, TC, and say this is true. This is true, and I'm sure you see this all the time. People will get into Kajabi, or you set something up for them in a software program, or their automation up, and they get overwhelmed. But it's like anything we don't know in life. It's like learning a new subject in university. It's very overwhelming. You'd feel like, out of the loop. But as soon as you sit down and you take time to study, to learn, to play around with it, test out new things, you start to gain confidence and get more comfortable with it. And I think the same thing has occurred. Like ChatGTP, at first I was asking it the most basic things. Now I've taken it to the next level. Now I know how to really utilize the tool. And so I like that you said that. And then in terms of what you said about utilizing it, but not to make us lazy. And I really want to drive this point home. We don't want to take away from our authentic voice, from our messaging, from our branding. So you got to be careful when using these, AI tools, especially with email automation too. Because me personally, when I receive emails from businesses or campaigns that are going on, I like it to feel like it's personalized. I like to feel like I know it's coming from TC because I'm used to the way that you send out emails, right? If that changes, then there can be a huge loss in your customer retention, or there can be a huge loss in your open rate in your emails. So I like what you said there. I think we need to be mindful too. And would you say, like the way that I'm personally using it, TC, maybe you give me feedback, but if I'm drafting out an email and I want it to give me a follow-up email, then I'm actually drafting my own email. And what I'm using ChatGTP is to say, can you make this more concise? Can you make this a little bit more engaging, straight to the point? Because sometimes we tend to run on, right, when it's about our businesses. So it really does help you just kind of hone in, keeping your voice and keeping your style, but just allowing it to clean it up a little bit. Is that what you would agree is how people should be using ChatGTP or these AI technology so that they're not losing or becoming lazy in their business?
Yes, and there is more, right? With conversion, there are like certain things you need to put in place, like your subject line, the content, all of those, you need to put that into consideration. Now with AI, it can help you scan it so that you don't go around pushing out content that will be unpleasant to people. So for example, you're able to scan through your subject line so that I'll always say this, first things first, get your email sent right now. Afterwards, get your emails opened. People need to open your emails, because if they don't open your emails, they can read your emails, and if they don't read your emails, they can take action.
Okay,
So
wait.
if you're
So if somebody looks at their stats, TC, and it shows them that their open rate is like, I don't know, less than 5%. It's very small. Okay, yeah. So let's say their open rate is very bad and they're checking out their stats. Can they go into something like ChatGTP, throw in the email that they sent out with the subject line and say, tell me why this doesn't have an open rate higher than 5%? And ChatGTP will give them that information, or will give them tips, right?
yes,
I love that.
yes,
I have not tested
yes.
that out.
However, you want to still scrutinize it after it's done.
Yes.
Remember, if there's anything AI is not going to do for you, is help you with humanizing and individualizing your creation, right? So it's not left for you to do that. It's going to give you the hints, it's going to give you the best thing. Now it's you now taking it and then individualizing it, and then making it your own, making it suit whoever you're speaking to, because there's a way I sound in my emails, in my content, in my social media posts, right? And so the human element, yes, you're so right, and so if I do certain things, like, I don't know. Sometimes when people say, TC, how did you know? I'm like, I don't know, but I just know. Like, I can read you and I would say that this is what it is, right? Maybe because I also use this tool, so I know, right? I don't know, but I know. So you need to be very mindful, and your audience already have this feel about you. They have an experience with you already, right? You don't want to sound like a different person, right? Yeah, because that's going to throw them off balance. You don't want to do that.
So, okay, so there's one way that you're using AI automation for your email conversions. You can even use your analytics and your data, which is huge, and say, help me figure out why people aren't opening my email. And it can analyze your actual email. So that's one
Mhm.
really great tip. And then tell me another secret tip that you're using for email conversion that you'll be able to share with us. And if people want to know more, then they need to register for your workshop tomorrow night. But give me another secret tip that you're using. What's a secret weapon you have, TC?
So, so I'm gonna give you two, right? I'm gonna give you two because, um, I'm very big on implementation, right? Not every so my clients would only get results when I teach them and they intentionally use what I teach them. Now, if I teach you and you don't use it, you're going to go worse than you came in, because technology is can be very confusing,
Mm-hmm.
right? So you want to, as much as possible, and that's why I also created it's a guide and a workbook, right? To go along with the workshop, so that even afterwards we're going to obviously create like the we're going to do a demo of creating a campaign, right? However, obviously, you want to create more. You want to create so many things. So you keep having like launches and all of that, right? So you want to create more. And that's why I created that workbook, so it can also assist you with the place to doing that if you want to do that yourself. However, if there's anything I know that AI automation can do for you, is helping you with scoring your leads, right? This is very big. So people that always
Okay,
say,
wait.
please,
Sorry, I've got to interrupt because if I don't know, I know there's somebody else that does not know. What do you mean scoring your leads?
I'm going to break it down, right? I'm obsessed with all the virtual help right now. Okay, so I'm going to break it down, right? So scoring your leads is simple. So let me give an example. You have a website, right? And you're seeing people clicking on your website, right? Tapping on your website. The truth is, they are clicking on your website, but they are clicking on different things on your website. Now, you want to be able to score those people and then separate them. I don't want to use the word segments, right? So I want to use the word separate, so that you know where people's interests are, headed towards. Now, when you have your website, there are email marketing automation tools that can help you with scoring these leads. Now, you plug your website in, it helps you score these leads, and then you're able to say, oh my gosh, there are so many people that are very interested in for example, my lead generation offer, or why are so many people going to email marketing? No, I think so many, like 60% of these people are very interested in the systems, and then you see all of that. Now you can categorize and put in different criterias that would best help you understand what your customer really needs. So use Carry Your Leads help you understand better what your customer journey looks like.
Are you scoring your leads through your email open rates, like your email rates on just where they're clicking on your website? So you're going into your to get the stats on your website, and
No,
then
so no, so you're going to set it up. You're going to set it up using so why I'm very particular, because we're talking about email conversion, right? So yeah, so you can use your email marketing tool, right, to score it on your website or your sales page or your landing page, right? It doesn't necessarily have to be whatever link you're using for your lead generation, right? It can help you. So now that way, once they plug into your email system, you automatically and intentionally separate these people, and then they are geared towards the specific content that they need. So now that way, you're not guessing, you know what they need, and you're giving it to them. So it
oh my
just
goodness,
super
TC,
easy.
you hit the nail on the head, and I realized that as a new entrepreneur, it is awesome if you are, building up your email database.
Mhm.
Great. You should be from day one of your business. Do not miss that. That is like step one. Make sure you have a system set up to, start building up your email database and your contact database. But what TC is saying here is, what are we doing with that email database? We're just building it. Are you taking it the next level? Are you taking it to the next step where it's really going to help with the conversion in your business? So one of the ways that I'm really interested in is really breaking down, not just putting it into different departments, or separating those leads into what areas of interest are more specific to them, but also getting more unique information about each individual contact in your database is so important.
Mhm.
And the more information, the more unique information you can capture from each lead, from each contact in your database, it is such a huge benefit, right, TC? So that you can
100%.
really market your campaigns and increase that conversion rate, is what TC is referring
Yeah.
to.
Yes,
Okay,
absolutely,
amazing.
100%.
What's tip number 2? I'm excited. That was a great tip. Scoring
Uh,
your leads. I love it.
yeah,
I love when
very
I learned.
important.
I was today years old when I heard the terminology scoring your leads.
Yeah, so that's very important. But I think, aside from that, you want to. So I used to say this. There's so many angles with your email marketing. There's a coordination, there is a creation, there is a management, there is the automation, right? And I love the automation, not because so so I love the automation, right? Because I feel like as a CEO, as an entrepreneur, even if you have a team, right, you want to get the best out of your team by setting all of these things on autopilot. So I'm not saying set it up and forget it. I'm saying you can use that time where you would, aside from the fact that it's saving you time, it's saving you the opportunity not to make unnecessary mistake. So I'll give you an example. Now, if you have, anything can happen, we're humans, right? And life can happen. Your kids might just, I don't know, but anything can happen. Think of the like the weirdest thing, right? And you're supposed to be on a launch. So for example, obviously I have my workshop on a campaign. Right now people are signing up. I can't possibly be sending this email or sending that or doing this. Trust me, that can be very distracting. Now, before I was here, I was somewhere else. What this means is, if I've not done that, what this means is I'm going to be like on my laptop or my phone looking for the next person. Like, how do I know the next person is going to, when do I know they're going to sign up? How do I know they're going to sign up at this particular time? So I'll just be there like, oh, shit, and I'm like, just waiting so that I'm able to quickly send the email. Now, remember, once you're doing all of these things manually, you can make mistakes. So many things can fall through the cracks. Anything can happen, right? Now, sometimes life happens and you're not able to fall through, right? Even if you're super perfect, which I feel like, no one is perfect, right? But you also want to give yourself grace. Now, with setting all of this on drip, right? We're dripping all of this. Now, when I talk about drip, I mean you can drip anything, not anything. You can I'm sorry. Not anything. Like, you can drip your SMS, you can drip your text, you can drip your emails. So, but right now we're talking about email conversion, right? So you want to drip your email campaign. Why? Because it helps you, right, work and influence your customer into making a certain decision.
Okay, so I have learned lots about automation, but explain to our viewers, for those who do not know, what does it mean to drip emails?
Good. So I love to explain. I'm going to break it down, right? We're going to do more of the breaking down in the workshop. However, let me just help you get the clarification that you need. So it's simple. You dripping your emails is you setting up and automating series of emails that works your customers from one stage of their journey to another stage. So now all of these emails are intentional because it helps them. No, it doesn't help them. It influences them into making a certain decision that at the end of the day favors you.
And
Now, in your drip,
TC, I
okay,
have to say, drip emails, and even after you've converted a lead, even after you've had success, this is important. This is the follow-up. This is important even for the experience. We
Yeah.
all know at this time in our lives, like in the world that we live in today, it's all about the experience of the customer. And you want your clients, your customers to get a good experience. So setting up this type of drip email sequence that, there's emails that are going out with intention. And I would say, TC, when someone is thinking about those drip emails, me personally, I love to put myself in the consumer shoes and to really put that hat on when I'm setting that up. And would you say the same thing? Like, take that approach, really put yourself in the shoes of the consumer, your potential client, and know what it feels like to be receiving that email. Like, what would you want to receive after you
Yeah.
clicked on, a course or a workshop? What's that first
Yeah.
email that you want? So I love that.
Yeah. Yeah. What would you want to receive? When do you want to receive it? How do you want to receive it? In what language do you want to receive it? That's very important.
I love that. I love that, TC. Okay, so you shared a couple tips. I'm excited for your workshop. I know that this workshop is going to be absolutely incredible. If you are listening to this live, if you're catching the replay, the workshop is tomorrow night, Thursday, March 30th at 7 p.m. EST. TC is going to drop the link where you can register for her workshop. If you're unsure, you're maybe not able to attend the workshop, I highly recommend hitting up TC, starting a chat with her, asking her questions about her business solutions and strategies that she may have for your business and how she can be of support or service to you in making your life a little bit easier by really maximizing automation and AI in your conversions and your email conversions. So TC, what are the last things you want to leave us with, or any last little tip or nugget that you want to share for people really focused on? Let's talk about the follow-up piece. Do you have a tip with the follow-up on how important is follow-up and how much follow-up can you be setting up using AI?
Okay, so your follow-up, right, can be from different angles, right? Are you giving them an experience? Are you upselling them? What exactly do you want them to do afterwards, right? Understanding what you want to achieve is very important when it comes down to follow-up, because sometimes, depending on where you're coming from, you want to understand where you're going to, right? And that's basically what your follow-up looks like. And my kind of follow-up shouldn't be your kind of follow-up, because we obviously should not share that, because your business is unique, your model is unique, your audience is unique to you. So you want to, as much as possible, create an experience that fits them, and then are able to sell them, even without you like pushing too hard, right? When you have so many people, I've had people reach out to me and say to me, TC, but people would unsubscribe when I have like, all of these emails going out. And I say to you, if they unsubscribe, they're not your people. Because if they're your people, they want to see. Like, I've had somebody say to me, oh my gosh, TC, I love your reminders. And I'm like, I'm still rolling my eye, and she's like, are you going to send more? Because I can forget, right? And I'm like, yeah, count on me with the reminders, so that's my person. Now, if people have a problem with you telling them how you want to solve their problem, then they're not your people. So give them that grace to step aside, right? Because they're taking up space. All right. So once they get off those spaces, then you're able to get people that will fill up those spaces, which are your people, because they want to hear from you. Sometimes I get emails from people that I literally do not know. Obviously, half of the people that I work with, like I haven't seen them before, right? Face to face, just on Zoom and all of that. But once you're able to give this experience, people can hear you, they can feel you like you're right in front of them. And that's exactly what you want to put at the back of the mind of your audience, right? So when you're thinking follow up, understand that you're giving an experience, right? Give them an opportunity, right, to take a step back. I love the follow ups that, when you're able to, that's why AI automation is very important, right? So you can give people the opportunity to take a step back to say, oh, no, I'm not interested in this right now, right? Or, I don't want to see this, right now. If they're not able to, if they don't want to see this right now, that's fine, right? Give them opportunity to leave, right? And people that want to see it, give them what they want to see. That's basically what your follow-up campaign should be all about. Experience. Now, experience can be in the form of, hey, this is an upsell, or hey, this is something else. It's an experience. See your business as a solution. See it as an experience. It's not something that people buy. It's not like a buy and sell. It's a solution you're providing. So
Ooh, I like that, TC. I'm even thinking somebody, so if you're a business owner and you're hosting a workshop and these people paid for your workshop, they attended your workshop, and then they leave your workshop, they were happy. What's your follow up with those happy customers to now turn them into, to retain them as reoccurring customers, or to upsell them to your next program that they may be interested in? Are you thinking about that in your follow up? And I love what you keep saying, that word experience. And I think that's huge for me personally. If I attend a workshop and maybe I get an automated email after thanking me for attending the workshop, letting me know what's upcoming and the new class or opportunity that's offered out there, it would be definitely of interest to me because I'm attending your workshop. Or getting creative. And I encourage all of you today, with all of the tools out there, all of the AI that is here to stay, because there's also AI tools that I have not explored yet with video. But me personally, if I got a text message that was automated and I got a video message from TC thanking me for attending the workshop and giving me one more tip to share or to walk away with, like, that's an experience, right? And so TC, answer that question. How much do you encourage in terms of follow up, email, or are you into do stats show that people like to receive a personalized video message as opposed to an email?
how about we put your videos in your emails?
Okay. So they can click on the link and head over and watch the video if they want, but they have the written content as well. Boom, TC, you nailed it. And this is why you're the automation queen, because how do people like to receive information? We don't know. Each individual unique user likes to receive information differently. But one thing's for sure, and it goes with the old school of, the old teaching of how to be a great presenter. You make sure you have your audio, your visual, your written. So you're making sure that you're hitting all of your unique audience members and that everybody is receiving the information they would like to receive. So I love that answer. I thought I pulled a trick question on you, TC. All right. So if you'd like to sign up for TC's workshop, TC, let us know, where can they register? How can they gain access?
So I'm trying to drop the link in the chat, but for some reason it's not dropping. So let me do this. Let me send it to you. Yeah, I just sent it to you, Crystal, so we can drop it. So it's easier for you to just click on it, so that you don't have to start going to. But yes, you can find it on Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, like everywhere. Like it's everywhere, right? But I think the comment section will do the trick, just so that you're able to just click on it now. But Facebook, Instagram, yeah, okay. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, you will see all of the posts about it. So whatever post you go into, you'd see the link. You can also click on the link in my bio. You can also click here on the link here. It will take you where you need to.
The true automation queen, making it super easy for anybody to find your link, to find your workshop, register, and set that up. Make sure, if you're watching this live, if you're listening in, if you're a female entrepreneur or business owner, make sure that automation and automating your business and finding those business solutions is top priority in your business, especially at this time of year. Like you heard TC earlier on say, in the first quarter, we're really doing all the planning, and the second quarter, we're getting ready to do the launch. Are you set up? Are you set up to not be overwhelmed in the second quarter? So that's it for now. This was a great chat, TC. Thank you so much for jumping on this live. You will be catching more from myself, Crystal Almeida, the CEO and founder of this incredible community called the Mom Link, and also our Women Supporting Women in Business community. And of course, TC, who is one of our leaders and incredible ambassadors and OG to this community, the Mom Link. That's it for now. Thanks for tuning in. Bye, TC.